Hello, and welcome back to another celebrity requested reading. This reading will be for the future Mrs. Park Jimin. Um, Energetically speaking, the person who requested the reading wanted to know who is his future spouse. So, without further ado, it is June 19th, 2026, and it is 10 a.m. Let's get started. All of the cards have been pre shuffled with the future Mrs. Park Jimin in mind. Let's go. Okay, what we got at the bottom of the deck? All right, makes perfect sense. So, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Swords, right? And the Two of Swords, if you look at this particular deck, is a person who looks as if they're strategizing something. So, this makes me feel like when it comes to him and his future spouse, everything has to be in order, lined up, in a way to welcome his future spouse. But let's keep going. Ha ha ha. Exactly. See what we got here? We have the Ace of Swords, not to mention he is a Libra. Okay, so this is all air energy coming out. So I feel like this right here just clarified this card right here, because the Ace of Swords is all about the truth, it's all about the clarity. All right, so things just have to be strategized properly in order for his future spouse to enter. Let's go here. I'm only going to ask for 3 cards via the Tarot Apocalypse and see what comes out. Who is Mrs. Park Jimin? Who is she? Energetically speaking, who is she? Interesting. I'll get to that in a second. These are the Star Code Astro cards, and I want to ask the same thing. What's at the bottom? Passion. All right. That's always what we want to have when it comes to a relationship. You want to have some type of passion, and it looks like they will have it. Oh, yeah. We got the pass right here with the South Node. So passion and South Node here. Can I get one card, please? Who is Mrs. Park Jimin? Last card, y'all. Ooh, bottom of the deck, we got awakening. Yeah. So there are some things that needs to come to form when it comes to him or her, more than likely her, because we're talking about her right now. All right. So there needs to be some type of awakening for her, or there will be some type of awakening when she comes into his life. Yep. Look at here. Awakening followed by surrender. Yeah. All right. One card, please. Who is the future Mrs. Park Jimin? Via these cards, energetically speaking, who is she? Oh, can I get one card, please? Who is she? Interesting to see what this card is. That was funny. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see what the tarot has to say when it comes to who she is. Okay. Well, with the Eight of Wands being here, she may be a fire sign. We did have passion right here, okay, when I was dealing these right here. So she may come in, you know what I'm saying, with a ball of fire, you know what I'm saying. She may have, I'm looking at this card. So she may already have her eye on who it is that she wants. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so she may be the type of female who knows what it is that she wants and she goes after it. This person right here, it looks like, hey, this is damn near Cupid's bow and arrow right here. So with this card being right here, we asking the question is, who is the future Mrs. Park Jimin? So I feel like she knows what she wants. She's gonna come in fast, um, with an agenda, okay? And her agenda is more than likely, this is what I want. I'm ready. It's time. Something to that extent. Let's look at this right here, because this is fast energy. This Eight of Wands. So, like I said, she could be a fire sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but she could have that somewhere in her chart. Oh, that's so cute. So now we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups we know talks about celebration. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Here. So yeah, it looks like when it comes to her, she's, like I said, she knows what it is that she wants. She's looking forward to some type of gathering. The Six of Cups, I'm not the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups talks about, let's just talk about it. Let's see. I didn't really want to read it because I'm trying to get through these readings a little faster for you guys. I had asked if y'all wanted the readings to have more cards or less cards so I can get through them a little quicker. But let's talk about what it says. Um, the Three of Cups says celebration. It talks about parties. It talks about festivals. It talks about communion. It talks about joy. It talks about playfulness. And it says, in taking time out to play and have fun, emotions expressed through the art of family gathering, weddings, child, welcoming ceremonies, relax through fun, being carefree, one's social life. So these two will definitely, her energy is to be out there in the open when it comes to her marriage. It's not something that she wants to be a secret. It's something that she wants to be celebrated. She definitely wants to have children for sure. We got children. It says welcoming children here. It talks about wedding in that order. Family gathering. Family gathers together in order most of the time to have a wedding or whatever. And then here comes baby. Okay. So I do know, because I do enough readings on him to know by now that he's a little older, and traditionally, when it comes to the South Korean people in general, they usually get married at a young age, maybe teenage age or something, 20s to that extent. But because he is who he is, part of this group, BTS, that tradition more than likely has been out the window. So it may more so be mid 30s, it may be early 40s, something to that extent. I'm just throwing some information out there though. All right, so let's go here and see what this card has to say. Woo, Nine of Swords. Let's go on over to it, because this is more air energy here. All right. So I feel like this is his energy coming out here. All right. So here it says, it talks about anxiety. It talks about worry. It talks about exhaustion, and it talks about stress. Okay. Everyday world, okay, causes overthinking and problems that can feel worse than they actually are and can produce a negative aspect. Okay. It says the perception that is out of touch with reality and phobias. It says fears of controlling ones. It says thoughts, sometimes familiar, being perceived and threatened mentally, and disordered or stressed in mind, and fragment and fractured and unable to process correctly. So here's the thing. If this is not his energy, when I say like being worried about when am I gonna get married, if I'm gonna be married, more than likely this is her energy. She's probably more than likely worried and concerned if she's gonna get married. That's why I said with this Eight of Wands, when she see what it is that she wants, she's going after it. So what is it that she wants? She wants this Three of Cups. What is this Three of Cups? This Three of Cups is about family, marriage, baby. This is what she wants. But energetically speaking, she worries about this. And if this is not her energy worrying about this, by him being an air sign, this could be his energy worried about this. Will my person be ready for kids? Will they, I mean, I don't know what age you might not want to have kids, but I know you can have kids, whatever, you know what I'm saying, at an older age. But this could be something that she could be worried about. Okay, so one of the two of them could be worried about this Nine of Swords right here. Okay, when it comes to getting married. So let's go over here and see what this card has to say. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, this is probably her because we are talking about her energy. And the reason why I say that now is because of this card that I just turned over. Um, she doesn't have to be, but she could be about 28. She does not have to be, but we do have a number 28 right here. And this is the is Sharon. This card talks about healing, okay? And I always say that before anybody enters your life, you want to make sure that you're healed and that you're ready. So remember that card earlier with the strategy card, the number 2 of swords, okay? Strategizing, making sure everything is in alignment. It works the same way when it comes to relationships. Spirit is not going to bring you someone into your life if you're not healed yet, okay? Because this is supposed to be your forever person, right? Right. But if they're dealing with issues from, ooh, remember when I did this with the cards? I split it with this one right here. Remember we had the South Node, and the South Node talks about the past. So this lets me know that when it comes to her, she probably more than likely um, has some healing to do still yet. Okay, so she's not going to be able to come into his life, not quite yet, until her healing is done. And I think she's gonna get there. I'm looking at this Nine of Swords right here, and I'm also looking at this 28. Okay, so then after that, I'm putting that 9 up there to 29. I think she'll be healing sooner than later. But let's just talk about it. Let's see what the heal card says. She could have her awakening, because remember, right here, with those cards, I said, oh, awakening, it was at the bottom of the deck. So she could have her awakening sometime around this age or 29 or something to that extent. Oh, look, and then how come I just turned right here to South Node right here? It talks about the past. Crazy. Okay, so this is what it says. It says, find purpose in your problem. Hard-earned wisdom is now relevant and needed. You don't have to assign casualties. You may never know why you went through a difficult time, but you can put what you've learned from it to good use. Even if you never quite heal in this place of a karmic tenderness, you have the wisdom to pass on to your metabolize the information. Once you metabolize the information, the situation may feel familiar, but you can't remember a story to go with it. It may be left from the past life. See, that's why that past card showed up. That South Node, that's why it showed up. And that's why it showed up again when I just opened up the book. Whatever his future spouse is going through, it has something to do with her past or her past life. One of the two. Past meaning past relationships. Past life meaning, we're going to get to the bottom of it because I got my past life cards out too. Anyway, it says, over the past life chapters, review what your soul already knows. If an old pain is triggered, have compassion for yourself. You are more than your troubles. You know the route, sorry, through, and now it's time to practice what you know. Once you have a solution, add it to your toolkit. If this situation stretches and tests you, take it from training from a hero within. What you are learning now can be secret sauce in the future. Secret sauce in the future. I feel like, once again, with this Eight of Wands being right here, she's gonna know where she's going. She's gonna know who she's going with and how she's gonna get there. This might come in fast for them. This is what it talks about when it talks about the challenges. It says the situation can set off touchy memories or poke you where it still hurt. It says sharpnel can hurt as much as coming out as it does going in. Take this opportunity to heal so the old places can transform. So the old places could transform. Pluto energy like a motherfucker. Okay. It says the gift, allow the pain and troubles of your past to become the wisdom and the compassion of the present moment. Yup. So I'm not for sure if this is the reading because I get so many of them. Well, I'll get down to the bottom of it eventually, but I can't remember if this was the reading or not. But let's see what this card says. Yep. Oh, look at here. So now we got 28, and then remember I said 29. Now we got 31. She may meet him when she's about 31 years old. Yep. Okay. We got live out loud. I know he's he's 30, I believe. I think. Yeah, I think he's 30. Um she could meet him when she's 31, or he could meet her, I don't know. But we have live out loud, and the live out loud card talk is just exactly what it is. Not allowing not allowing whatever that happened in the past. Look at here. Damn, it turned right to it. Okay. All right. So this is water energy. We got water here. So here it says this right here. It says, express yourself. You have something to say. It says, share your voice and your magic and express your uniqueness. It says, the way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. That's okay. You are not meant to. It says, live out loud and express looks different from everyone. For outgoing introverts, extroverts, self expression may mean dancing on a table and screaming your point of view. Introverts may speak in a way that saves the louder part of their personality for their loved ones. Okay. It says, I am free to express myself fully. So I'm talking about a female who, in her past, whether it's her past life or whether it's past connections, she wasn't able to truly be who she is. She had to. There, it seems like the energy that I'm tapping into is that energy of being confined, not being able to truly express herself. And when she meets Mr. Park Jimin, she'll be able to finally, be herself. And then, like I said, if she's an introvert, it'll be this way. If she's I think it said an introvert, she'll express more of herself to him. Okay, it said loved ones. So I'm considering he's going to be a loved one. Okay, so if she was an introvert, whatever, extrovert, that means she's going to be like I said, dancing on tables, more of a social going type of person. I don't know which one it is. She could be either or, but she's gonna express herself. I'm thinking, I'm thinking it could be a little bit of both. I'm thinking a little bit of both because if she's been confined, she's more than likely is gonna want to express herself. But I feel like he probably won't judge her. Okay, I feel like he probably won't judge her as much as she judge herself. Yeah, because as women, we always judging ourselves and want to know if we're doing this right or is it good enough and all that other shit. Okay, now let's look at the tattoo here. Tattoo tarot. 3 cards, please. All right, so the person who requested the reading, shout out to you. Um, they asked, are Jimin and his future spouse destined? Are they destined? Okay, so when I read the word destined, obviously I feel like meant to be. No matter what, these two will be the two that's gonna make it and be married for ages. I don't know how long they end up being married, but let's see what we got at the bottom of the deck. All right, so we have the connive of coins, which is basically just the page of coins, you guys. All right, split the deck. Now we have the 7 of cups right here. You guys know my 7 of cups is always about choosing what is real and what isn't, making the right choice. Okay, let's see. Are Jimin and his future spouse, Mrs. Park Jimin, destined? Are they destined? Here we go. All right, just 3 cards. That's interesting. What's at the bottom of the deck? Look at here. We got the dragon duel, and it says inner conflict, immortality, conscious choices. All right. All right. That's interesting. Hunger Ghost. All right. Are Jimin and his future spouse destined? Damn, I should have took that card. Are they destined? One more card, y'all. What's at the bottom? Choose a direction. That's interesting. Now we got cards coming out again that's talking about choices, right? Wow, see, look at that. It says choose a new direction and then there will be success. All right, so let's see here. That's interesting. And the reason why I'm saying that's interesting is based off of this card right here. This card is not necessarily a bad card, okay? This is the death card. I know every time people see the death card, they think about, oh, this is bad. Hold on. All right, Jimin and his future spouse, destined. All right, now let's see what we got here. So I already told you at the bottom of the deck, we have the death card. The death card talks about transformation. I already said that she needed to go through some healing. So now, with the question at hand, are they destined? Okay, I don't know Mr. Park Jimin like that. I don't know if there's any things that he deal with. I don't know if there's any healing that he needs as well, but I do know we had that 2 of Swords right there, and it talked about strategizing, figuring out a plan, a game plan, or something like that. So maybe with this death card coming out, when it comes to are they destined, maybe, because it is at the bottom of the deck, when they both go through their transformation, they'll be destined. I don't know. But we did have the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups talks about living in fantasies, daydreaming, what is real and what isn't. You know what I'm saying? So there's a choice that has to be made when it comes to these two, as far as marriage goes, being destined goes. My bad. I tell you one thing. This 8 of Wands came out again. I tell you one thing. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this, and I know people is not gonna like this. One thing's for sure. Like, I'm not a psychic, okay? I read the cards the best that I can. But listen to this though, real talk. The question at hand is, are they destined? her energy seems, I mean, well, this card right here, these two of one, this Eight of Wands seems like for it to show up again and in the same position. Because we remember we talked about who is she, energetically speaking. So now we're talking about destined, and here come this same Eight of Wands in a totally different deck. So remember, I just said when it comes to her heart speaking energetically, she she's gonna know what it is that she wants. Like I said with Cupid's arrow, she's gonna know what it is that she wants. It's like she's gonna be ready. She done healed. She done the work. She been ready, waiting for this, and she's ready to just get it on. Shit, what is this one? See what I'm saying? We have the Three of Cups up here, right? Now, right below it is the Queen of Cups. Is the Queen of Cups. Remember what the question is. Are they destined? I feel like her, when it comes to destination, destined, are they going to be together? Fate, things of that nature. Hell, I feel like her energy is definitely coming through here. Let's see if we can get some swords to come through. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's read this Four of Pentacles. Let's read this Four of Pentacles right here. So, Eight of Wands, Queen of Cups. I don't know if y'all want me to read the Queen of Cups, but the Queen of Cups is a good energy. Okay, it's a good energy, and it's right above the Three of Cups, you guys. I'll read it if you want me to. Damn, I turned right to it. All right, so listen. We have the Four of Coins, and the Four of Coins talks about inheritance. It talks about gifts. It talks about grants. Okay, it talks about statue through wealth and financial protection and security. Okay, more than likely when you marry, you get all of this. Everything that I done read for this Four of Coins, this is what you get when you get married. You get an inheritance, is basically meaning the inheritance of this relationship. And I know he's famous. I don't know if she'll be famous, but she'll have gifts. It also says when, and it says grant or benefits, status. It talks about wealth, financial protection, and security. When you marry someone, you have, in his case, this Queen of Cups will have financial security and stability. I'm not saying she's gonna get everything and all this and that, but I'm saying she gonna be straight nevertheless, because look who she's married to. Okay, like I said, I don't know what her job is or anything like that, but when it comes to a marriage, I know she gonna be straight. So are they destined? I feel like when they go through their transformation, if everything goes good in if everything goes good on both of their ends with the transformation, there'll be a new beginning right here with the Fool card. And then after that, we have the Knight of Wands. New beginning. I look at the Fool card as a new beginning, a fresh start. Okay, that would be a new beginning and a fresh start for them. But remember, you have to go through your transformation. Okay, once with this Ten of Swords coming out, I really think him too. I really think him too. I really think that there's some things that it needs to heal and end on his end as well. So they both have a fresh start with this Fool card, and he can come in with this Knight of Swords. That's how I feel. So when the person asks, are they destined? I would say yes, but let's continue on to see what this card has to say. This is crazy, man. Listen, whatever they do, this reading still be around. Somebody let me know what her sign is for real, Because listen, the whole time I've been talking to you guys, I've been saying that whoever she is, Mrs. Park Jimin, she knows what she want, y'all. Okay, I can't say that enough. Okay, so Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands. Now we have the Arrow Master. We have the Arrow Master, and what does it says? Hitting the mark, intent. I specifically said, and it also says detachment. What did I say? You have to go through your transformation. Both of them have to go through their transformation. Okay. The Arrow Master, she knows what she wants. She will know what she wants. She said, this says the Arrow Master. This didn't say no other. It didn't say the Stair Master. It said the Arrow Master. The energy came out just as clean as it wanted to with the Eight of Wands right here. I said this female, Mrs. Park Jimin, knows exactly what she wants. Hitting the mark, intention. That what it say. I'm not saying it. That's what the cards say. You saw me shuffle the damn cards. All right, what is this one though? Yup, I can't express it enough. We got recovery right here. When you heal, what happens when you heal? After you heal, you go through your recovery. You know, look, that's what we got. So I feel like it's on both of them. I feel like it's on both of them. Like I said, I don't know if Jimin goes through anything. I don't know that. Okay, if I do, I don't fucking remember. I do so many readings for this group. I don't fucking remember. But I don't know. You know, I just can't fucking remember. I'm sorry. Let's see. The person who requested the reading wanted to know, are they a karmic couple? Is there a karmic energy between them? Now, before I let me get a little monster. Before I read um into that, before I even pull any cards, the question at hand is, are they a karmic couple? Um, did she say couple? Yeah, she said couple. That's what she said. I didn't say it. She said couple. So what I will say is, between you and me and whoever hears this reading, there is no relationship that is perfect. Okay. Um, but karmic is a different thing, you know. And so I do understand why she said that. So let's just see here. I'm gonna use this tarot deck, and also I want to use the past life tarot deck. I told you we was gonna get to the past life, and I want to use the karmic cards too. All right, so let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, and let me know, y'all, if y'all want less cards, because I could do this reading in 30 minutes. Just say it. But if y'all okay with the long, with all the different cards, just let me know if y'all want the card. All the cards are okay, or shade limit some of the cards. You know, I wouldn't have no problem with that. I just need to, y'all the one who watch it, so I need to know what it is y'all prefer, because y'all the one who has to listen to my babbling. No. All right, so here we go. Are they a karmic couple? Is what the person who requested the reading wanted to know. So we're going to use this tarot deck and ask for 3 cards. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, goddamn. So I turn the card over. And mind you, I promise you, I pre-shuffle all these cards. I was doing the pre-shuffle during the reading so you guys could see it, but then it took up so much more of the reading. Okay. But if y'all want, I can start doing a pre-shuffle again. Just tell me. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. And this is interesting that we have the Ace of Wands now finally coming out with the Eight of Wands, and now we have the Ace of Wands right here. So when it says, when the question at hand is, are they a karmic couple? It talks about new beginnings, and it talks about good news. It says starting things, okay? So I don't know. This card right here is depending on the question at hand. This is a good card, especially sexually speaking. But let's just see. Let's just see. Are they a karmic couple? When it comes to Park Jimin, Mr. Park Jimin, and Mrs. Park Jimin, are they a karmic couple? Oh, I want to see that. At the bottom of the deck, y'all, we have the Chariot. There's more water energy here. I think Cancer. I think, yeah. So let's see, y'all. Are they a karmic couple? 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm not turning it over yet. I'm going to keep it there. We'll look at it in a second. Now, let's look at these cards right here. The past life. All right, I'm gonna ask for 2 cards. Are they a karmic couple? We're talking about Mrs. Park Jimin and Mr. Park Jimin. Are they a karmic couple? What do we have at the bottom of the deck? That's funny. Should I show y'all that? We got Native American at the bottom of the deck. Wow, Celtic. Interesting. All right, well, let's get down to it then. Are they a karmic couple? 2 cards, please. Remember, these are the past life cards, you guys. All right. Ooh. Look at there. This is crazy to me. All right, let me see. One last card. Are they a karmic couple? 1 card, please. Will Park Jimin and his future spouse, Mrs. Park Jimin, will they be a karmic couple? All right, here we go. Now, I want to look at these 2 cards right here because these are the past life, okay, cards. So depending on what the past life cards say will determine the energy this way, if you're following me. So here we go. And the reason why I laughed up there, because the card at the bottom of the deck, it talks about imprisonment or it talks about slavery. Now, remember, I had talked about when it came to her, I said whether it was a past life or a past relationship in this life, I felt like she was confined and couldn't necessarily feel free to be who she is. Okay, that's why the live out loud, that's why the healing card was here, as well as recovery. Okay, but that's another reason why I talked about knowing what she wants. A lot of times I could be reaching a little bit, but a lot of times when people feel like they're when they are in prison, even if it's just not physically but mentally, once they recover and heal, they know what they want. They have the target, you know what I'm saying? They know what they're going for. So let's see. We got 2 cards. One could be for her, one could be for him. It could be this one. We just don't know. But let's just turn it over and see. When it comes to are they going to be a karmic couple? This is our past life cards. Oh, little Tinker Tink. Okay, I think this is him. It could be her too. I don't know. But peep game. When I said, are they a karmic? Will they be a karmic couple? We got father, right? Oh man, and shout out to all the fathers out there. Father's Day is Sunday. Today is Friday, so early happy Father's Day to you guys. I got a cute little post that's gonna drop for you guys on Father's Day. But anyhow, with the father card being right here, and we're talking about karmic relationships. With this card coming out, past life, what I'm going to say is when it comes to a past life and karmic wise, when it comes to their relationship, he's going to be a good father. Okay. It don't matter what this card say. Okay. I can read it just because, but he's going to be a good father. I don't know his situation with his father. I don't know her situation with her father. Okay. But when it comes to is it going to be a karmic relationship? One of them, more than likely, let's go to it. Then look at here. I turned to the page and we got infant, not infant. Ooh, somebody could have a baby. We're talking. It's actually orphan. I swear, I be looking at these cards and shit be all weird to me. I noticed it says orphan, but it just looked like infant to me. Don't ask me why. It just weird shit. Yeah. Let's go over here to the father card. I'm seeing health and everything. Where are you? Here go the imprisonment card. Here we go, y'all. We getting into it. Okay, leave me alone. It's an alphabetical order. Shut up. All right. Now, the first thing that popped out in my head is the age. I said it's the age. It's the number on the bottom here, and it's number 34. Remember, I just said that I feel like he could probably get married in the mid 30s or early 40s. Okay. So that could be 34, 35. That could be 43, 45. But well, 43. Sorry. Let's see what this card says. It says this card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. It says any issues you had with your father likely began long ago. Look at the card that you drew prior to and after this card, as they will yield clues about your previous lives and you two share. He may not have been your father in those lives, though, as the soul continues to reincarnate together in different roles. To break any negative patterns, your father's soul will be released old anger or unforgiveness. It says this can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. It says just your willingness to clear toxic relationships energy is enough to initiate the healing process. Remember that forgiveness doesn't mean that you approve of this person's action. It simply means that you are no longer willing to carry around any anger. By releasing the past, you sequentially heal your present and your future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul unless you choose to. It says you retain only the lessons, growth, and love you share as an added benefit. The healing work that you do with your father helps all of the relationships you have with man. So, this is the interesting part. Remember, I said she could have some issue. Initially, when this card came out, I'm thinking this is for him, and it still could be for him, but the person wants to know would they have a karmic relationship. I feel like when it comes to their relationship, as long as she is healed with any issues that she may have had with her father, this life or in a past life, if that is healed, it will be fine. And noted that it also said that um, your father has been your father in past lives. So whether it was a father figure, period, it could have been a brother, it could have been an uncle, it could have been something. So that soul has always followed this connection in some type of way. All right. So I feel like as long as everything is healed, because it talked about a lot of healing, okay? Is I feel like as long as everything is healed, no, it won't be a karmic relationship. No, I don't feel that way. All right, just based off of what this say right here. And in return, like I said, this could be for him as well. But I don't know his connection with his father. I don't know that, okay? But if a person is healed, they're going to make sure their child and their children, so on and so forth, have what it is that a father figure brings to the table, okay? Let's see this card right here. Interesting. All right. So when it comes to past, are they a karmic couple? Sorry, are they a karmic couple? Will they be a karmic relationship? We have transportation. Now let's see what transportation got to do with these two when it comes to their relationship. Right away, when I see transportation, it automatically makes me think of the fact that he travels. That's all I'm getting right now is the fact that he travels. Okay, so we're gonna see if traveling, his work schedule, or whatever the case may be, if that would be an issue. That's what I got right before even reading what it has to say. But let's see, because it never seems to mean what the fuck it is. So let's see what it says. It says this card signifies that you have had an intense experience involving transportation in prior lifetimes. This is especially true if you presently have phobias related to airplanes, wow, cars, and so on. And these fears don't dissipate as a result of getting traditional counseling or hypotherapy. Hypotherapy? Oh, I wonder what is that? Hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy. My bad, y'all. Leave me alone. I've never seen that word before. I'm sorry. Um, I guess like I remember the first time I was in an airplane, and it was crazy because everybody was fucking with me, because I was like, man, man, I need a helmet. I was telling everybody I need to purchase a helmet. You know what I'm saying? So if I get on the plane, you know what I'm saying? They like, Shay, if something happened on that plane, that helmet ain't gonna do shit for you. But I was so king on, man, y'all, we got to go get this helmet so I can have this helmet. Like, it was crazy. I remember going to the airport and watching, I was there for like an hour and a half, maybe two, just watching the planes take off, trying to prepare myself. And I had to fly by myself too. And it's crazy because they only let the person who comes with you or bring you there to go so far with you. So it was terrifying. And I'm like, well, man, can somebody give me some pills? Can somebody knock me out? I ain't had nobody get no pills to knock me out. I have to go through this shit. And it was crazy. The lady was like, are you okay? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. And it was so fucking scary. I can't even explain it. But shit, by the time I made it to Denver, I had to do another flight. And I was kind of okay with it. Yeah, I was kind of okay with it. But that Orlando flight was weird because I was in the very last seat. The very fucking last seat. In the very last seat, that shit seems weird when that plane go up. Like, I'm like, oh Lord, I think I passed out. Can't remember. But yeah, so maybe that's what that hypnotherapy thing mean. Cause I remember being fucked up. Like shit. I kept looking out the window, like if something go down, I'm gonna be first one to see it. This shit was crazy. No, I am not okay. I told her, she asked me like 3 times, and it was still the same question, the same answer. No, I'm not. Give me some more of them goddamn cookies, goddamn it. Them cookies are good as fuck too. Anyway, let's go in. It says, in those cases, you likely suffered a traumatic past life event in some type of vehicle, which has caused you to lose trust in it. Okay, so you may have been involved in the invention of a form of transportation or related to technology, and that knowledge wants to serve you in this lifetime. This includes those who lived during the time of Atlantis when transportation was fueled by solar and crystal power. Your life purpose may involve reawakening and knowledge of alternate modes of transportation, which could be environmental beneficial to our world at times at this time. So what I'm thinking about when it comes to karmic, will they be a karmic couple? I think when it comes to both of them, I think they'll share some things with each other that they probably wouldn't share with others. And I think with that knowledge, that's going to help them move forward. Because I don't know. I don't feel like I just don't feel like they'll be a karmic couple. I think they will have everything together. Um, I think they probably would have some type of phobias, but I don't think everybody would know what those phobias are. I think that's just something they would share with each other. And I think because of them knowing, well, I know this is a trigger for this person. I know they deal with past traumas or past situations. So instead of, judging them, making them feel worse, I think they'll try to have a better understanding of each person's situation. And I think that's what makes a relationship karmic in the first place, because a lot of times we don't understand that people grow up differently and they live and do things differently. Prime example, when my one of my sons had moved out, and it's a very simple thing. When he had moved out, he moved in with I think it's probably like four different people, roommates or whatever. But in my household, everybody has a garbage can in their bedroom, right? um, as his roommates now, nobody had a garbage can. Nobody had a garbage can, you know what I'm saying, in their room. But it'd be little small things, you know what I'm saying, that he noticed. Like, okay, we do things this way, but they don't. Like, it was weird for them to see a garbage can in his, and it wasn't like it was a stupid big garbage can. It was a regular, small bedroom garbage can, kind of like one you would have in your bathroom, but instead it's in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was shocked that they were shocked that he had one in his room, and he was shocked that they didn't have one in their room. So it'd be little small stuff. We are all the same, but at the same time we are different, and we are raised differently. You know what I'm saying? Some people are only raised to use one wash towel, you know what I'm saying, to wash their face. Me, on the other hand, I need two. I need one for my face and I need one for my body. My other son, this nigga use a towel every fucking day. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like, everything's are people are just raised differently. But I don't know who the hell told him to use a different towel every fucking day. But whatever. I mean, whatever. Two towels, one for your face and one for your bottom of your body. you know. But like I said, my bad. I just think when you have an understanding of a person and who they are and what traumas that they're able to talk to you about, you can look at them differently and understand them differently, and don't be so quick to get angry and judge them moving forward. All right, moving forward, no pun intended with transportation here. Now, let's see what these cards have to say. Let's go in this order. Why not? Interesting. The same energy is coming out. The same energy. Um, as up here, remember we had the Ten of Swords right here. What's this one? Y'all, the same energy. We got the Seven of Cups coming out. It's a different question, but would it be a karmic relationship? Listen, let me turn this over, y'all. I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. See. Now he want to bring his little ass through here finally. Now he want to bring his ass through here finally. The reason why I say that is because we finally have them swords. I asked for them swords earlier, just to see if Jimin's, because he's a Libra, if I'm not mistaken, his energy comes out in the reading. So now we finally get to the karmic energy. I mean, the karmic relationship, and his energy shows up. Is so fucking crazy, right? So listen here. The first card that we have, you guys, is the King of Swords. Okay, you see the Libra right there. Okay, the King of Swords talks about intelligence, it talks about logic, it talks about strength and power of authority. It also talks about honesty and calmness and morals, okay, and integrity. Now, right next to this card, well, it says the truth up here, right, y'all? Now, right next to this cards, we have the Seven of Cups. Remember earlier when I said with this, we saw the Seven of Cups, and I'm like, they can't live in fantasy in dreamland. They have to live in reality. The word on here is dreams, and it talks about many options. It talks about choices. It talks about multiple possibilities, picking and deciding. It says choices, decisions. It also talks about procrastination, dreaming, fantasies, wishful thinking. Okay. When it comes to if this is going to be a karmic relationship, he has to be able to accept some types of truths and not live in a fantasy. And when that all comes to an end with this Ten of Swords, they'll be able to move forward. And I think that just it just basically what I had just said earlier about understanding the person that you are with. Okay, I think a lot of times we judge the person that we're supposed to love so much. We judge them and don't even give them no type of compassion. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just how Shade World is. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm different. I don't fucking know. But as long as he can live in, when it comes to the karmic relationship, so some truths that he has to accept, and make some choices, okay, and cut some things off with this Ten of Swords. What's at the bottom? Yep, naturally, we have the sword. That's at the sword. Well, hey, it's air. We have the Star card, and once again, what does the Star card talks about? Doesn't it talk about healing? Doesn't it talk about recovery? What does it say? Hope, inspiration, creativity. It talks about peace, contentment, renewal, serenity, healing, spirituality, positive faith, renewal, healing, rejuvenation, perseverance, and faith. Okay, if this, you know how people when you go to church, like I ain't knocking people who go to church because I used to go to church. God is the head of your life. Okay, so you know, if as long as they know who is in control and who is in the head of their life, I know he'll be the head of the household, but I'm just saying, as long as everything is in alignment, and with this Star card coming out, this relationship can thrive so far. So no person who requested the reading, I don't think it'll be a karmic relationship, because I think they're gonna understand each other. And isn't that how a relationship's supposed to be? Like those ones that last so long. I remember, like, I used to be a CNA for many years, and obviously, I would take care of people on hospice and things of that nature. But I would always, even the ones that wasn't on hospice, they were just fine and well. But I would ask them, like, what? Y'all been together for 40 fucking years? How the fuck? Like, it would be so mind boggling to me, because shit, I was married and this shit was like 8 years, you feel me? And that was like bullshit. So when I see them, I always ask them, like, what is the trick? What is the how? But at the same time, we do know things was different back then. They just stuck it out back then. You know what I'm saying? Life wasn't so full of bullshit like it is now. But 45 years to be married to somebody, And what the woman would always tell me, and several of them has says this, um, what the fuck did they say? It was something to the point of the man, something about the man. What did they say? It's been so long, y'all. What did she say about him? She said it wasn't easy. That's what they say. That's what the women always say. They always be like, "Oh, oh, baby, oh, darling, oh, sweetheart, trust and believe me, it was not easy." Okay, and that goes without saying. Like I said, I've been married before. I'm divorced now, but I stayed for 8 years. But you're here for 45 fucking years. If 8 years wasn't easy for me, 45, I think that was the longest somebody had told me. I know 43 one time, and I know 45 one time. I was like, damn. And what the males would always say, I gotta give it to my wife. They'd be like, I give my wife all the credit, because if it wasn't for her, I never asked them to go into details. I really didn't have time. I had to get there and work and shit. But um, that's usually what the gist of it was. She would always say, baby, sweetie, it was not easy. He would always say, man, I give all the credit to my wife. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but that's what they would always say. It tripped me out. I swear, I love taking care of my clients and residents. They were so super cool. I miss my job. All right, anyway, let's see what this card talk about. But no, to answer your question, I don't think it'll be a karmic relationship. Let's see, what is this one? Okay, interesting. This is interesting. The only reason why I'm saying it's interesting because earlier they had asked about, was the relationship destined? And you want to know, will this be a karmic relationship? In the first word on here, it says you're destined. It says where you're going. All right. It also talks about their careers, his career, her career, something to that extent. This is actually the 10th house right here. Let's turn it over. It says responsibilities, and it says success, and it says becoming a person of power and of status. And then I turn it back over again, and it says your destiny, where you're going, your career. So when it comes to if it'll be a karmic relationship, I think everything will be fine in this relationship. I think she'll have an understanding of what it is that he does for a living in order for them to be stable. I think they are definitely destined to be together, to the prior question that the person had asked, especially with your destiny right being right here. So yeah, I don't think so, you guys. I don't think there'll be a karmic couple. Mm-mm. Not with the way these cards are coming out, especially with this being at the bottom of the deck. The star card right there. And as far as I know, he is a star. Um, but we do know the star card is always about healing, okay, and rejuvenation, things like that. All right, so let's see. So, oh, yes, this is the person who wanted to know that. Okay, they wanted to know, are they looking for each other right now? I thought this was the person who wanted to know that question. Are they looking for each other right now? I tell you one thing, look like she is. It looked like she is, but let's see what comes out with the cards. Remember what I said. I think they need to be in alignment. Once they're both in alignment, they will find each other. That's how I feel. But let's just see. Let's see what comes out here. Because I tell you one thing, in the past, every time I came looking for some shit, I wish I didn't. Nowadays, I'm like, I'm gonna let it find me. Fuck all this shit for real. And that should be weird. All right, let me put this up here. All right, here we go, y'all. Can I grab a little bit more monster? Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's see. Are they looking for each other right now? Let's see. Are they looking for each other right now? What do we have at the bottom of the deck? Damn. Okay. I don't know why the hell I said that. Okay. Um. Um. This is crazy. Um. I don't know what to say or how to feel about this card. What I would say right now, just because of the first word on this card. Okay, you guys, this is the Ten of Pentacles. My bad. And this is the Lucid Dream Tarot cards. Okay. And the first word on here is dynasty, right? So what the person asked is, are they looking for each other right now? What I feel, just based off of this card alone, I feel like right now they both could be working on building something. Let me tell you what it says. It says dynasty. It talks about leaving a legacy. It talks about inheritance. It talks about financial wealth. It talks about security. It talks about long-term success. It talks about root. Oh, it talks about family, ancestry, privilege, okay, and affluence, all right? Listen, with this card right here, this Ten of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, this is a beautiful card, okay? So they could be, I mean, he or she could be, but I would say not right now. And I would only say not right now just based off of this right here because we got a lot of cards that talks about healing. So that's the only reason why I would say not right now. But I feel like at the end of the day, at the bottom of it all boils down to this right here, okay? Leaving a legacy, okay? You got to build something up in order to leave something, right? You got to have a solid foundation. So I guess my answer would be they working towards it. They moving towards it. That's what I would say. But let's just keep it moving and see what else comes out here. Are they looking for each other? Ain't this about a bitch? Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This is funny. Y'all ain't gonna, I swear, these cards be doing me just like the Archangel Michael cards be doing. Y'all, if y'all ever see me and Archangel Michael, we got this love-hate type of relationship. I swear to goodness we do. He be tripping me out though. But look at here. Shout out to the person who requested, are they looking for each other right now? Look at this. Look at this card, y'all. Y'all got to really look. Look at the camera. You see this person? Listen, you see how this person look like they literally looking for somebody? You see that? Now, I said no, but I said, but at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? And this is the Page of Swords right here. So I feel like as a man, okay, because like I said, he is a Libra. I feel like as a man, he got to make sure everything is put together before, he established a family, a marriage, and things of that nature. But look at this card, this one right here. This person is literally looking like they looking for some shit, like on everything. Shout out to you for that question. See, I left a comment on another tarot card reading. Like, these cards be tripping me out. I swear they do. They really do. So, are they looking for each other right now, though, is the question at hand. Are they looking for each other right now? Wow. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit, man. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. I said, I don't know about him. Remember I said that earlier? I said, I don't know about him, but I said, I know she is. Look, and we got the Queen of Cups right here, y'all. Here we go again. How come the Queen of Cups, what is it, Queen of Cups? I'm extra sure. How come the Queen of Cups is coming out again? I don't know. Are they looking for each other right now? Man. Hell, she looking for something. We got this Queen of Cups. Ooh, look, we got this Queen of Cups. I didn't even notice I had just rearranged those cards like that. But we got the Queen of Cups, and then right next to it, we got that King of Swords. So I would say more than likely she definitely is healed or not. She coming, her energy is coming through. I said I said she could be a fire sign, but what if she's a water sign? Remember at the bottom of the deck, which one did I use? I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this cards here. And we see the chariot. Okay. So I ain't gonna pull each and every card and be like, okay, she's this, she's that. But she more than likely does have fire and water in her chart. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But as far as are they looking for each other, hell, I feel like she is. But let's just see what the cards have to say so far. So right now, you guys, we have the Queen of Cups right here at the bottom of the deck. And it talks about compassion. It talks about warming and caring, empathic and intuition. And it says a healer, and it talks about supportive, okay, in the flow. That's everything that this Queen of Cups card says right here for this particular deck, which is the Lucid Dream Tarot, okay? Now let's see what these three have to say. Are they looking for each other right now? Woo! Shit! Shit! Flip, flip, flip. No, just kidding. This is crazy. Listen, remember earlier, you guys, do y'all pay attention to this? Remember earlier we had the Ace of Cups, not the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords come out, and I can't remember what I said, but I said something about the truth or something to that extent. So with now we have the Ace of Swords coming out. I said her for sure, but maybe he is too. With the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords right here talks about breakthroughs. It talks about truth. It talks about new insight, and it talks about success, focus, vision, new ideas. So maybe he is playing teeter tottering. Because remember, shit, I was like, maybe he is teeter tottering with the idea of marriage. You know, like I said, um, the Korean people, they usually get married at a younger age. You know what I'm saying? But with him being who he is, that more than likely has to be to the sideways just for a little bit, and more than likely between the mid 30s and early 40s, you know, so he could be teeter-tottering back and forth with the idea. So, well, shit, maybe with the Ace of Swords coming out. Now let's see what these motherfucking cards gotta say, because let's look at this one first, y'all. Ha ha ha. That's why I said teeter-tottering with the idea. So here we go again, y'all. Sorry about my little squeaky table, y'all. I'm gonna have a new setup soon for the members. Anyway, listen, we got the Two of Swords right here. And that's why I decided to look at this one versus this one. You know, instead of going in order, I want to look at this one because we have difficult decisions, weighing options, doubting inner conflict and avoidance, hidden influences, confusions, in between, and foot in and foot out. He, with the Two of Swords right here, he is thinking about it, you guys. He's thinking about it. He just don't know, you know, that his person is thinking about it too. You gotta think who he is, you know. And shout out to everybody who requested these readings, because before you guys started requesting, I mean, I had to ask my son. I'm like, who is these? Who is B? They said BTS. I'm like, who is that? And my son was like, yeah, these, you know what I'm saying? He's 20, so he knew. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't even know these people existed until y'all started requesting these readings. So shout out to you, all of you guys. Okay. Um, but yeah, he's teeter-tottering with the idea, you know. Like I said, in his culture, more than likely, he's like, I probably should have been married, but I'm this successful person, and I got this going on and that going on, and my wife is gonna have to understand that. And it's not traditional, but right now, what they be like, Jay-Z used to say, 30 is the new 20, or 40 is the new 30, or some shit like that. I can't fucking remember. Cause see, I grew up in the Jay-Z era. You know what I'm saying? Damn, telling my age. Anyway, um, let's see what this one has to say, because I'm interested about this middle card. Okay, so let's see what it has to say. I swear, y'all ain't gonna believe this. What this card is? What y'all think this card is? What y'all think this card is? Just say it. Say it in your head right now. What you think it is? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with y'all. King of Swords. King of Swords. So here he is again, showing up again. And that's why I said he is thinking about this. And that's why I left this card for when I left it and did it the way that I did it. He's thinking about it. Okay? Mental clarity, intellectual, the truth. What is this card right here? Okay? And that's why I said what I said. Because of who he is, he just can't, although it's a million women out there who would more than likely love to marry him. You know what I'm saying? But he has to make sure, is this person gonna be marrying me for me? Are they marrying me for a title? Are they marrying me for my money? Are they marrying? It's so many different things that this man has to think about when it comes to marriage, when it comes to the the future Mrs. Park Jimin. That ain't no easy task. That's not because of his position. That's not an easy task. He could. Everybody would be lined up right now to marry him. If he did one of them shows, y'all, where they'd be like, they'd be like, who wants to marry a millionaire? Who wants to marry Mr. Park Jimin? Do you know how many people gonna show up? You see what I'm saying? He can pick anybody out. Hell, if I was a betting person, well, I ain't gonna say that because they probably gonna say he can't do that. But if he said, I want to marry you, and you think them motherfuckers gonna turn? I don't think they would turn it down. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, it ain't like it's hard for him to just marry any old body. So whomever she is, he got to make sure she is truly Mrs. Park Jimin. And that's not an easy task. Okay? Yeah. So, are they looking for each other? Let me tell you something, person who requested this reading, and thank you for requesting it. I think her, hell yeah. And him, I think he's definitely been playing with the idea. Yep, I think he's definitely playing with the idea with Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, and this Two of Swords. Okay, this is all his energy. And then at the bottom of the deck, it's the Queen of Cups right there. Hell yeah. Yep. Now, on to the next question. The person who requested the reading wanted to know what stage of life is Jimin in when me. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so who requested the reading? They want to know what stage he's in regarding his spouse. Like when he meet his spouse, what stage of life he'll be in. That's a good ass question. Let's see if we can figure that out. We're gonna go back to the Tattoo Tarot. Let's see. Okay, great question. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all who next. Who's next? Okay, this is gonna be a little hard for me, guys, but I'm saying to pronounce the person. But the next reading that's coming up is gonna be for. Is it J- Jizzo? Is it Jisoo? It's Jisoo. Is that how you say it? Who is Jizo or Jizzo's future spouse? Okay, this is what the person requested. They want to know who is Jisoo future spouse. All right, and they also want to know about Jizzo. I mean Jisoo and Jenny. Okay, so that is the next reading that's coming up, you guys. In case anybody wanted to know, that's the next reading, you guys. I like to tell y'all that. And then the next one coming up will be John Cook. How does he feel about the hate that he receives? So those are the next two readings that's coming up, just in case you guys want to know. Because remember, I go in order. All right, I go in order of those who requested them. All right. So okay, and then this one. So let's see here. And remember, anybody can request a reading, but just know it's kind of a list, but I get all of them. If y'all see that those eyeballs, that let you know that I got you and you in line to get your reading done. Okay? I appreciate y'all so much. Here we go. What stage of life is Jimin in when it comes to meeting his future spouse? What stage of life? Okay, let's see what the tarot have to say. What stage of life? Hey, 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 hey. Why are you getting all geeked? Because this is a beautiful fucking question. And it don't matter what these three cards say. It don't matter what these three cards say right here. Because it does. But this is important. Because what the person asked, what stage of, and that's a beautiful question, because sometimes we be in a stage of life where shit be all fucked up, and then you want to bring somebody into your fucked up shit and then fuck they shit up too. So I think that's a good question that this person asks. Kudos to you. High five up. Now, the stage of life that he's gonna be in when he meet his person. Listen, at the bottom of the deck, we got the Hermit. And I love the Hermit card because of what? Because the Hermit card is all about seeking and soul searching. And as I tell everybody, you need to carry this motherfucking card in your wallet or in your motherfucking purse. Okay? Because this is the card that comes out when you go within to figure out things that's going on around you. That's what the Hermit is. Okay? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's what it's soul searching. How you gonna find your soul? You can't go see nobody else about your motherfucking soul. It's yours, right? This is when you go within to figure out what's going on the outside. Okay? So he's gonna be in this energy, and this is where this part comes in, that he gonna be trying to figure it out. He gonna try to figure it out. And then that's when he's gonna have that mental clarity breakthrough. Can y'all see how many times we got the King of Swords? We got two King of Swords sitting right here next to each other, y'all. Different decks. Look, they're different decks, but they sitting right next to each other. Man. And then we got that Queen of Cups. We got that Queen of Cups. Where's she at? Oh, duh. She's in there somewhere. Well, y'all know she had came out twice, but yeah. Let's keep it moving. I swear I'll be trying to keep these readings under an hour and a half, because people be telling me they can't translate it unless it's an hour and a half long, but we finna be over an hour and a half. I'm so sorry. Y'all need to tell Google to translate it longer. Okay, it's not me. It's not me, y'all. I'm so sorry. All right, so yeah, the Hermit, y'all. This is the energy that anybody should be in, especially if you're finna get ready and try to welcome a new energy into your space. You don't want to fuck them up with all the shit that you got going on. That's why a lot of they cards that came out talked about healing and recovering. All right, so let's see. Turn it over, Shay. Turn it over, goddamn Shay. Do 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 do. Yep. Why would one go within? Why would one go within? Because you're going to be dealing with something, trying to figure something out. We got the Ten of Wands right here. The Ten of Wands talks about burdens. The Ten of Wands talks about struggles. He's going to be dealing with something. And it's going to come to his realization that, you know what? Whatever I'm dealing with, I can't fight this. I can't deal with this on on a physical level. I have to go within. That we got the Ten of Wands right here. Okay? Ten of Wands. Something about the number 10 too. Wait a minute. When is his birthday? Maybe that's it. Remember, we had the Ten of Swords and we got the Ten of Wands coming out now. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, but yeah. He gonna be dealing with something. Yeah, what's this? Haha, it keep coming up, y'all. I keep telling y'all. He gonna be dealing with something, and he's gonna have to make a choice. Why do you say that, Shay? Because once again, we got the Seven of Cups coming out, right? So we have the Seven of Cups coming out again. Remember, I talk about this Seven of Cups. Talks about dreams, fantasies, but at the end of the day, it still talks about making a decision that you can live with, a choice that you can live with. And that's what this energy is up here. Like I said, it's not like it's easy. He got a whole bunch of put 7 and 7 together. I could do a little math. He got a lot of different choices out there. In the fantasy and the delusion, you know what I'm saying? The hallucinations, whatever, could look really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Could look really, really good. Why the fuck? Oh, because I said hallucinations. Okay, I'm like, why the fuck was Saudi Arabia, or why would Arabia pop up in my head? Probably because I said hallucinations. I'm seeing sand and all type of shit, okay? Or it could be a sign that he'll get married somewhere over there. I don't fucking know. Don't get me to accent shit, coming up with shit. But it's choices, okay? And they got to be living in reality and not fantasy play world, okay? That's what the Seven of Cups is all about. Sometimes these cups have good things going on for themselves, and sometimes they don't. But you got to be the one to pick which one is going to be right for you. So I think that's the energy that he's going to be in when he meet his person, trying to figure that out. Okay, what's this one? See? We have the Connive of Swords. See what I'm saying? This is like the Page of Swords to me, guys. I know we're not talking about a kid. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about a grown ass man who's going to be trying to figure some things out. And that's what he's going to be doing. Look, if you look at these cards, you can see, well, how they set up and how he's looking at these different choices and this burden and this struggles. Like I said, it's not easy for him. And once he figured that part out, he's gonna go into this hermit mode right here. Let's see what this talks about. Damn, did I turn it? Yes, I did. Look. It talks about spy. It talks about observer. It talks about intelligence. His cards with those King of Swords that came out twice, they all talk about being intelligent and using logic. Okay, examination. It talks about indiscretion. It talks about surprise. It talks about the unknown, the unseen, and the unexpected. Selfie. cunning, outspoken, sometimes at any cost, but skillful at handling controversy. Okay, some things he's gonna have to be trying to figure out, you guys. He's gonna be figuring out some things. Can I trust this situation? Hell, can I even trust myself to know what it is that I want? Because I could have with this Seven of Cups, I can have anything I fucking want with the snap of my motherfucking finger, and it'll be delivered to me on a platter. But just because it's delivered to me on a platter, is that good for me? Is it gonna be beneficial for me? You feel me? This is what he's trying to balance out and figure out. Oh, he's a Libra too. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. I know I done said he's a Libra, but I keep forgetting with the Libra, you know, everything has to be balanced out, and I bet you that's why this Two of Pentacles is up here. We didn't talk about this Two of Pentacles up here earlier with the first deck that I had used. That was the card at the bottom of the deck. He got to make sure everything is balanced. So if his girl, his wife, his future wife is balanced, he's gonna be balanced. That's why he got to make sure he picked the right person. Right? Your person that you marry, be with for whatever, even if you don't get married and y'all just be together like 20 fucking years. I'm the first person to say fuck a piece of paper. What the fuck do that piece of paper? I want the piece of paper. I want fuck that motherfucking piece of paper. Get that motherfucking ring. Get that fucking ring. Fuck that piece of paper. Because why do you need a piece of paper to say that, hey, you guys are together? I never understood that. I never understood. I remember when I had got married and I got my little piece of paper. And my husband was like, I got papers on that ass now. You can't go nowhere. I'm like, huh? I'm not a fucking dog. What you mean you got papers on me and I can't go anywhere? You see I'm gone though, right? Did that shit so slick. Motherfucker didn't see that coming. Anyway, didn't even cost me that much either. It only cost me like $1,000 to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. But anyway, Zoom. I had to throw that out there. Zoom handles those legal problems. Zoom. $1,000, okay? You can be divorced. Okay? Just saying. Somebody needs to hear that. Legal Zoom, yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's weighing his options out, figuring out with a spy and observer here. I gotta just make sure this person is for me. I don't want no surprises, okay? I'm going into the unknown, you know what I'm saying, with this marriage. This marriage thing is new to me, you know what I'm saying? Whether you done seen your mama and them be together, your aunties, your cousin, or the marriage is going to be new to whomever is entering into the marriage, okay? So he's going to be in a good state of mind, okay, after going through some type of struggle with this Ten of Cups, I'm sorry, with this Ten of Wands. He's going to be going through some type of struggle, and that's when he's going to figure out what is and what isn't with this Seven of Cups. And once he get done doing all of his observing and putting two and two together and letting that logic come in, you know what I'm saying, he going to make that move. Yep, he going to make that move. Alrighty then. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's extra guides. Let's X his guides. Okay, these are extra guide cards, oracle cards. So let's see. What stage of life is Jimin in regarding meeting his spouse? At the bottom of the deck, we got creativity. Okay. This shit crazy. Here we go. Y'all see that? You saw me split the deck. What does it say? It says decisions. Okay, that's what I said. Making a choice, figuring it out, which way to go, and what it's all about, figuring it out. Can I get one card, please? What stage of life is Jimin in regarding meeting his future spouse, Mrs. Park Jimin? Yeah, basically what I said. Look, we have number 31. And that's crazy because we got number 31 again. So I think he's 30 right now. I think he got a birthday coming up. So he's going to be 31. He could be leaning towards this sooner than later. We have number 2 right here. Number 2 talks about deceit. Okay. But we already know that much is going to be going on because remember, I said he's going to be going through something with this 10 of Wands. He's going to have to see through all the illusions, observe, be inspiring. Something is going to occur where he going to have to deal with that shadow side, that side that we don't want to face. But how do you deal with the shadow side? Going into the hermit, like I had said. Yep. You see, I just moved a card. Strength. Whatever this is, because I don't know what it is, but whatever this is, it's going to take him strength. How do you find strength? We're not talking about physical strength. We ain't talking about going to Anytime Fitness, God damn it. We talking about that inner strength. See what I'm saying? Something, I don't know what it is. I don't know if we'll ever know what it is. But it's going to be something that occurs where he feel like something that isn't justified, that isn't in balance. See, we got that number 2, and we got that 2 of Swords right here. Difficult decision. He gonna have to figure something out because of something that's gonna occur. I don't know what it'll be. I'm sure you guys will tell me. Y'all never miss an opportunity to tell me something, god damn it. Whether it's right or wrong. Y'all never miss opportunity to say, hey, Shay, this is what it is. It's not that. Or, hey, Shay, you're right. Y'all never miss an opportunity to do that. Trust me, I read all the comments, good or bad. I read all of them. Some of them be a little crazy, but trust me, I read all of them. I read every last one of them motherfuckers. Shout out to the people with the positivity in this joint. I ain't even gonna say nothing about the people who aren't so positive. It is what it is. It's your opinion. You can say what you want to, but that don't mean I got to let it be shown on my channel. I'ma block and hide that shit real quick. You say some weird shit, just letting you know that. Now, here's the interesting part right here. So if we have to ask what stage of life is Jimin in, okay, when he meet his future spouse, we have to ask for her too, don't we? So let's go on back to the tattoo and see. Interesting, the High Priestess showed up. Damn it. And there go that goddamn 8 of Wands again. That motherfucker. It just won't leave me alone, alone. Okay. Real talk though, y'all. What stage of life is Mrs. Park Jimin in when she meets Jimin? What stage of life? 2 cards, please. All right. I don't even know. It's not the first time that didn't happen today. All right. We asking for 2 cards here. What stage of life is she in? All right. And let's use these Lisa Stardust cards. Check the bottom. Oh, shit. Interesting. I said she could be a fire sign. Aries just happened to be at the bottom of the deck. I don't know. Weird shit. All right, here we go. What stage of life is Jimin's future spouse in? Mrs. Park. Jimin. What stage of life is she in when she meets him? Alrighty. Oh, she hit 2? Alright. Who is she? No, I was kidding. All right, y'all, here we go. Damn, don't be doing that, cards. Don't do that. All right, so here we go, y'all. We finna see. Okay. I don't know why, but they said turn these over first. Interesting. Wow, that's why they said turn it over. Listen, sextile. Man, listen, it says this is a major aspect occurring when the planets or points are 60 degrees apart. A sextile indicates harmony, cooperation, and friendly vibes. For instance, the sign Pisces is sextile to Taurus. So if someone has Mercury in Taurus and Mars in Pisces on their chart, the sextile aspect would indicate that those planets are working together in a pleasant, mutual, stress-free relationship. That's why they said turn this one over first. So when it comes to the stage of life that she's going to be in, it's going to be a stress-free relationship. I'm saying her life is going to be stress-free. Okay. And it makes perfect sense, as I've been saying the whole reading. Spirit, or whomever you believe in, is not going to allow someone to come into your life if you're not ready for them, because you don't want to put that onto somebody who don't deserve your baggage, in other words. Okay. So that's what it said. That's what they told me to turn this one over first. She's gonna be stressed in a stress-free relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's how things in her life is going to be. What about this one? Bukalaka bulakaka. Listen here. This is so interesting because it's Capricorn energy. And it says one of the most serious signs of the zodiac. Capricorn is here to get the job done. What did I say about this chick earlier? What did I say? She got a card that say the Arrow Master. She got this damn Eight of Wands coming out here like, man, this, I'm telling you, she ain't coming to play, y'all. Listen. It says one of the most serious signs of the zodiac. Capricorn is here to get the job done, represented by the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Let me tell you, she can't be just no any old body. She got to be something special about her. Okay. It says Capricorns are the entrepreneurs in the CEO of the astrology wheel, ready to tackle hard lessons without breaking a sweat. They are ruled by the planet Saturn, which teaches patience and serves as a guide towards inner authority. A major shift happens for Capricorn during this huge transit as a Saturn returns, which occurs every 27 to 9 years. This is a challenge time, but also an opportunity for Capricorn to grow beyond their wildest dreams. And didn't I say something about earlier up here with the number 28? And I said, I'm going to put that 9 on there for her. And I said number 29 could be when she goes through her transformation. And didn't I say that? And what does it says right here with this Capricorn energy? It says, which occurs every 27 to 29 years. This is a challenging time, but also an opportunity for Capricorn to grow beyond their wildest dreams. What is wilder than meeting Mr. Park Jimin and marrying him? What is bigger than that? Shit. Yes. All right, so let's see what these two cards over here have to say. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is interesting. I'm not even gonna read nothing. This is interesting because remember, didn't we have this card come out earlier for him? Then we had this card come out earlier for him. I'm pretty sure we did. Yes, we did have the Knight of Swords. Earlier we had the Connive of Swords, but I'm pretty sure we did have the Knight of Swords right here. Okay. And the Knight of Swords is all about forward movement. All right. Let's talk about it because we're talking about what stage of life she's going to be in. Okay. So we know I think she's gonna know something is coming towards her, but let's see what this card right here has to say. It says dashing and brave, potent defender, expert soldier, marksman, skillful and precise. Bottom line, courageous hero. Man, she waiting for her. I need a hero. She taught all them zeros. I'm telling you, he's a what you call it? He's a air. He's a Libra. This is crazy. It's air energy. My point being, but she gonna be ready. She's waiting. She's waiting on her person to arrive. She know what she want. I'm telling you already. That's the energy that she's gonna be in. Bottom line. And it's crazy that this Knight of Swords right here would show up. We already done had the King of Swords come out twice. Okay, and we didn't have I believe we didn't have this Knight of Swords come out as well too. I mean, I never go back and listen to the readings and shit like that. Sometimes y'all be leaving comments and I'll be like, I don't even know what the fuck I said. I really don't. But what's this one? Yeah, absolutely. Because hold on. Yep, absolutely. It's damn near the same energy. It's damn near the same energy. We got the Three of Swords right here. Okay, after her dealing with something, some type of heartbreak and some type of healing, she's going to meet her hero. That is the energy that she's going to be in. It talks about the challenging. Remember, it says this is a challenging time, but also an opportunity to grow beyond your dreams. What's more than a challenge than this? What's more than a challenge to some type of defeat, some type of betrayal, some type of something that hurts you that you got to heal from and recover from. But as they said, it's a challenging time, but it's also an opportunity to grow beyond your wildest dreams. And her wildest dreams is going to be this Knight of Swords. Meeting Mr. Park Jimin. And then let's talk about this card right here. What's at the bottom of the deck here? Oh, you hiding here. Where the fuck are ya? Where are ya? Okay. We got the Seven of Wands right here, y'all. Okay. And this is what the Seven of Wands say. It says resolute. It says firmness, and it says bravery. It talks about overcoming challenges, even if awkwardly against the odds. It says winning through fighting from a position of advantage in the sprint. I said the sprint, in the strength of personal integrity. Ain't that something? So that's why her energy is constantly coming out with with that Eight of Wands, because she deserves it. Whoever she is, I'm sorry, ladies. Raise your hand if it's you. But she deserves it because of everything that she done been through. Overcoming challenges, even if awkwardly against the odds, winning through fighting from a position of advantage, the strength of personal integrity. That's what's going to make her special. Okay? That's the thing I be trying to tell people. Please don't think what makes you special and make you all that because you got a Birkin purse or you're driving a Ferrari. Those are all material things. Please don't think you all that because your hair is on your ass. That's physical. That's all physical things. Okay? What makes you all that is your integrity and your personality. You can be the prettiest bitch, okay? But if your attitude is ugly, ain't no nigga gonna fuck with you. Not for the long term. No more than what he can get up out of you. but he ain't gonna love you like that. No. And that's what a lot of females need to understand. You can be as pretty as you want to, and shout out to those who are. But what about your heart, though? Is your heart pretty? Hmm? It's gonna take a little bit more than a fancy car and a fancy purse and some pretty hair and a gang of makeup on your face to attract a man. Half the time, men don't even give a fuck about that shit. Half the time, they don't even like that shit. They prefer to see a woman in her natural state. A real man do, because that's not what makes you. You're really wasting your time and money. Your person is gonna love you regardless of the makeup, regardless of your financial stability status. They're gonna love you because of who you are, because of your heart and your personality, and most of all, your fucking integrity. Bottom line. Remember that. All right. Let's see. We almost done, you guys. What did they want to know now? What would their relationship be like? Oh, okay. Well, let's see. What will their relationship be like? Let's use these here. Let's use these here. And let's use these here. These are all the relationship cards. That's why I'm grabbing them. Okay. What their relationship gonna be like? All right. I need a bigger table, y'all. All right, so let's see. What is their relationship gonna be, right? This is the Lover's Oracle. These are the Romance Angels, and these are the Island Time Wellness cards. At the bottom of the deck, we got endings bring new beginnings. It talks about growth. It talks about change, liberation, and transition. And based off of everything that we've been seeing already, and especially with that devil card up there, we had, not devil card, I'm sorry, the death card that we had up there earlier, they both going to be going through a transformation. Hell, one of them could be going through that transformation right now. All right, I'm not really for sure, but let's see. Ooh, separation. Yep, they could both be going through something right now. One of the two of them could be going through something right now, but that ending is gonna bring them something good. Yep. Let's see. Okay, here we go. What will their relationship be like? Spirit, can I get 2 cards, please? When it comes to Mr. Park Jimin and Mrs. Park Jimin, what will their relationship look like? Whoa, what the fuck? Okay. I don't know what that card is, but we're gonna just leave that as a bonus because did nobody tell it to jump its ass out there like that, which was weird. Like, don't do that to me. Well, one thing's for sure. Well, before I say one thing's for sure, well, damn, y'all can already see it. Well, their relationship will obviously have passion, and I said that earlier, especially with all the fire energy coming out. But remember, on the star code, it talks about passion. That was what was at the bottom of the deck in the beginning. So it will have passion. It talks about passion. It talks about instant chemistry. It says liking each other equally and having fun. Like that's like the best, one of the best relationships to have in the whole wide world, you know. Now, I don't know what you is, and I don't even know why you came out like that, but I'm gonna look at you just because. Okay, gotcha. That's why it came out. All right, so that card that has slid out, it talks about karmic relationship, and it says fleeting, triggering, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. And I think that has a lot to do when it comes to their healing process, right? So when it comes to how their relationship will be because of what they done been through in life in relationships, they will be healed from karmic connections. Okay, that's all they read and been talking about is healing from karmic relationships and situations. So letting go and loving you. Once you know how to love yourself, then you're able to love your husband or your wife properly. Now, what is these two original cards that was supposed to come out in the first place? What is this? What is this? Okay, see what I'm saying? It says, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. In order for you to make new memories, in order for you to make new memories, what do you have to do? You have to have a healed heart. And that's why I said, once they both recognize that, they both gonna know that they done been in karmic situations, no matter how long or how short it was karmic. There's some healing that needs to be done. Once that healing is done, they'll be able to make new memories. With those new memories, it's gonna come passion in the form of instant chemistry, liking each other, having fun equally. That's how their relationship is going to be. It's going to be no different than any other relationship. Meaning, you done been hurt, I done been hurt. I don't want you to hurt me. I don't want to hurt you. Okay, we both on the same page. Now let's have some fun. Basically, that's basically what it boils down to. You know, I never understood how a lot of females would be like, well, I'm going out, me and the girls, we're going out to hang out and shit. We want to have some fun, and then you go out have some fun and end up doing some shit you ain't got no motherfucking business doing. You and the girlfriends, half of them motherfuckers is fucking single, ain't even got a man at home, and then you end up in their energy and fuck off and do some shit you ain't got no motherfucking business doing. It was fun in the moment, but is it fun in the long term? Now you're feeling like shit. If I'm finna go out, I want to go out with my man, okay? I want to go out with my man. I want to have fun with my man. I don't want to hang out. Nah. That's just me. You know, maybe other people feel differently. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. What will their relationship be like? At the bottom of the deck, we got release your ex. Okay, can't have a new person if you got your ex inside of the situation, the equation. Okay. Can I get 2 cards, please? When it comes to Park Jimin and Mrs. Park Jimin, his future spouse. What will that relationship be like? Naturally. You see what it says? It says, it's time. It says, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And it says, new love. It says, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. That relationship gonna look good. And it's gonna look like it's overdue. Shit. With free yourself. Remember, at the bottom, we have release your ex. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. It's gonna feel good. Okay. Last card, please. What will their relationship be like, Mr. Park Jimin and future Mrs. Park Jimin? Yep. It said, I split the deck. Painful memories, emotions overwhelm me. Yep. Gonna be going through some shit. Yep. One card, please. Yes, because that's why I had said earlier. Um, their connection is gonna be good. What did I say earlier in the reading, you guys? And I don't mean to just repeat myself, but the cards are pretty much saying pretty much the same thing based off of what it is that I'm saying. And remember when I said, when you understand a person and who they are, what they done been through, and you don't judge them, you know what I'm saying? You work around their traumas, you work around their issues, y'all grow, y'all evolve, y'all heal together. How you said, how is their relationship gonna be? I've never had this card. This deck, man, I didn't have this deck. I always mark date the decks when I get them every time. This is one of my very first decks when I started my channel. Okay, so this deck is like 4 years old, you guys, almost. Listen, no one understands me but you. And ain't that the way it's supposed to be? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Yeah. Yep. Your mama may not get what's going on. Your brother may not get what's going on. Granny might not understand it. Your favorite best friend may not understand it. But guess what? My husband do. My wife do. They understand me. And that's all that's supposed to matter. Everything else is outside interference. Bottom line. No one understands me but you. It's going to be a beautiful connection. I love it, love it, love it. We almost done, y'all. Damn, 2 hours on what? We finna be done. Yeah, I'm not going to upload this, you guys. It's like 12 o'clock right now, but I'm not going to upload it until between 4 and 7 p.m. That's when I'm going to upload this, you guys. So, okay, let's see. What is the spiritual purpose of their union? Well, let's see. What is the spiritual purpose? Wow. Gaia's, this just happened to be at the bottom of the deck when I picked it up, but it says Gaia's garden. It says fruition. It talks about abundance, and it says reaping what you sow. Wow. All right. What is the spiritual purpose of their union? What is the spiritual purpose of it, though? Okay, we got one card here. Also, one card. What is the spiritual purpose of this union? When it comes to Mr. Park Jimin and his future wife, Mrs. Park Jimin, what is the purpose of their union? What is the spiritual purpose of their union? Can I get one card, please? Can I get one card, please? I said, can I get one card, please? Well, thank you. Well, you could have been came out. Shit, we already 2 hours in. What you talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. Pay me no attention. I be tripping sometimes. But Spirit, my connection with Spirit is so cool. We super cool. We like besties. They understand me. That's why I can do what I do, because they understand me. I don't pretend to be something that I'm not, and I keep it a fucking buck. The creator made you. They know who you is. ain't no need to front or pretend to be whole fucking holy. Spirit know who you is and what you capable of and what you gonna do before you do it. And that's the type of connection that they want you and even you to have. It's not just me. You can do everything that I do if you want to. Or whatever you want to do. Just speak to Spirit. Get that connection with Spirit. That's what Spirit wants. They want you to have that one-on-one relationship. You ain't got to go through no priest. You ain't got to go through no pastor. They gonna mess up the fucking message anyway. You go straight to source. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. This shit be so funny, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all think I'm tripping, but I'm not. The connection be so wild. Like, it's really like talking to your best friend. Or someone you... I'm gonna say that for the membership. Anyway, let's see what the spiritual purpose of their union is. What's at the bottom? It says... See what I'm saying? They so funny. Start reclaiming who you truly are. See what I'm saying? Ain't no need for no faking and fronting. I don't care who you believe in. Somebody created you, and it ain't just your mama or your daddy. You feel me? And even they know who you are and what you're capable of doing and what you're not gonna do. But I'm saying spirit knows you. They made you. They created you. They know what you're gonna do. So why pretend to be something that you're not? Be okay being you. That's why they made you who you are. That's why they made you an individual. They don't expect you to be like everybody else out here. We got enough everybody pretending to be something that they ain't. They fuck with you because you are an individual. I don't know everything when I get up here and do these cards. I mispronounce shit. I do this. I stutter and I don't fucking stutter in real life. But I'm not perfect. And that's why Spirit uses me. Because he know I don't give a fuck about what nobody say. You have to be okay with who you are. And when you get to that point where you don't give a fuck about what nobody said about you, that's when you start winning. That's when doors start opening up. Because the only thing that matters is A, how Shay feel about Shay, and B, how Spirit feel about me. Once people figure out that stuff, you can go so fucking far. You can go so far in life. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about a lot of that shit on the channel though. On the membership channel, y'all. I'm telling you, it's gonna be all that. For real. I'm gonna put y'all on some shit. Straight up. Anyway, each one teach one is what I always say. I'm gonna teach y'all some things. I'm gonna show y'all some things. Yep. And then you can do the same thing. You can teach and show others too. Yep. So, what is the spiritual purpose of their union? Take a leap of faith into the unknown. Yeah. One card, please. All right, y'all. Here we go. And then we done. What is the spiritual purpose of this union? Wow. Number 41 could be significant. And it says the cosmos. It talks about creativity and vastness. Man, the cosmos ain't no joke. Y'all don't even understand. It's written in the stars, baby. Is it destined? It's written in the stars, baby. It was already destined. Interesting. 41 could be significant. I don't know. What is this one? Woo-wee. I'm not for sure if I have got this card. I've only got it like once or twice. So let's talk about what it says, you guys. So we got the cosmos, and it talks about creativity and vastness, but we got number 8, and that goddamn 8 of Wands energy keep coming out. Let's read what this 8 right here got. Wow. How did I just turn to it, y'all? There's no way I could just open that book up and just turn to that. That shit. That, like I told old girl, these cards be tripping me out too. That's why I love doing this, because I just never know what's gonna happen. It should be crazy. But the interesting part about this, you guys, that this is actually air energy, and we don't know whether she's a air sign, water sign, whatever. We don't know. Earth, if, whatever, or maybe an air. We don't know. But when it comes to their spiritual connection, it talks about desires. Okay. I know with the way his cards come out that he desires a connection. I know the way she been coming out, she's determined, Cupid's arrow, to have a connection. Okay. But I think it's really interesting. And then look at this card. It says Ashanti. Okay, in Akon, Ashanti in Akon, the goddess of desires. Okay, this is what it says. Mm-hmm. Dream bigger. It says pruny desires constrict you. Exactly. It says dream bigger. Pruny. Puny. That's why that card had came out when it talked about Capricorn, to grow beyond your wildest dreams. It said it right there. You can't have no puny dream. Who has a puny dream? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that she knows who she's gonna be with like that, but like I said, to marry somebody like him with his status, you feel me? That's big. That's beyond anybody's wildest dreams. But it says dream bigger. And it says, pruny dreams constrict you. Your desires create your life, so allow them to flow boldly. Earlier in one of these cards with the Queen of Cups, it talks about flowing. It talks about flowing or something to that extent. It says, what do you really desire? It says, get Pacific, see it, smell it, feel it, call it in now. What you desire desires you. Does your desires flow from love or from fear? Manifest that comes from fear-based desires keeps you safe and small, but but desires that come from your soul expands your world. What I desires me. What I desires me. That's why I said this one right here. Oh, she got a whole goal. She got a whole goal. And you know what's crazy? I think when it comes to their spiritual connection, I feel like Jimin more than likely had a whole goal too. But I think things had changed around. So that's why we had that two of swords with that strategy. He had to figure some things out. And now he's getting to that point where he's trying to figure out what they say, let your next move be your best move. But with the cosmos here, it's written in the stars. Ain't no way around this one right here, my friend. No. Their connection, I feel like it truly is destined. Damn. Do y'all know? Well, no, I'm gonna lay that for the memberships, but let's turn this one over. Wow. When it comes to their spiritual connection, life is a great big canvas. Throw all the paint on it you can. Exactly. Creativity with the cosmos. However, you picture your life and your desires, because desires is right here, and what it is that you want, that's what you're gonna get. So what spirit wants them to know when it comes to this connection, always dream big. Don't limit yourself to, well, I'm okay, I'll settle for this and I'll settle for that. But is that truly what you want? Is that truly what you need? Is that truly what you desire? Spirit gonna give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a catalog. Pick and choose wisely and go big. Okay? Or stay home. With that being said, this has been the requested reading for the future spouse for Park Jimin. All right. I hope this reading resonated with the person who requested the reading. I also hope that everybody who had the opportunity to listen to the reading liked the reading. Leave a comment. Like I said, I read all of them, even the little punk ass ones. I read all of them. I just hide them and block them if I don't like them. Simply because I prefer my channel to be positive. I don't have a problem with anybody leaving a comment disagreeing with me. There's nothing wrong with that. But just be mindful of what it is that you say, especially with the people who leave comments too. I don't want y'all arguing back and forth with each other. That's weird. Everybody should be allowed to say what they want to say. It doesn't necessarily have to be right. It doesn't necessarily have to be wrong. It's just simply how one feel. And because I don't follow BTS or Jenny them like that, I don't really always know what the cards mean. So when y'all leave in the comments and be like, well, hey Shay is this, or hey Shay is that, I'll be like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. That's the type of energy that I prefer moving forward. So you say some weird shit, won't nobody see it. And if they do, it won't be there for long. Okay, so let's just try to keep it positive, a positive place where everybody can express themselves, and we can keep these readings coming. All right, keep a nigga busy, keep a nigga working. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'm out.